Assalamu alaikum students. In physics we were doing the chapter force. Last time we saw that force is a push or a pull on an object. Today we are going to see what are the effects of forces. Force can take place only when two objects interact with each other. Let us see where are forces present. Forces are everywhere. Force makes a thing move. If an object is already moving, force can speed up the movement of the object. If an object is fast, force can slow down the speed of the object. If an object is still, it is not moving, it is stable at one position, then two forces act on that object. Forces can be equal in size. Forces act in opposite direction. Let us see a few more effects of forces in detail with various examples. So forces can increase the speed of an object. Forces can change the shape of an object. Forces can change the direction of the object, and a force can move an object. Let us see each one in detail with an example. Right hand side on the first image, you can see a cyclist. Yes, he's pedaling the bicycle. If the cyclist increases his force, the speed of the cycle will increase. That means due to force, speed of an object can increase. If he reduces the force, the speed of the cycle will decrease. Just below that, the second image shows that when flour is kneaded and a dough is made, then the person who is kneading the dough, he has to apply a force on the dough. Because of the force, the shape of the dough changes continuously, and ultimately it forms a ball or it puffs. So we can change shape due to force. We can make any shape of dough when we apply force. On the left, let's see the next example on the top. An object is stationary, it's not moving, but as soon as the man comes and applies a force, the lawn mower, which was stationary, it starts moving. In the image which is down, a footballer is playing with the ball. Yes, what is he doing? He's kicking the ball. So, he can change the direction of the ball. If he feels he has to kick the ball to the right, he may do that. He can move the ball to the left. So, he may change the direction of the motion of a ball. So, what are the effects of force? Force can change, or that is increase and decrease the speed of an object. Force can change the shape of an object. Force can move a stationary object, and force can also change the direction of an object. Now let's see which are the two types of forces. In the first image, a man is inside a car and the other man is pushing the car from behind. So ultimately the car starts moving. Okay, so force is in one direction. When force is in one direction, it is called as unbalanced force. If you see the next image, in image A, who is pushing home? While in image B, who is pulling home? Here you don't know where the force is more. Yes, both the girls are applying, pushing or pulling force. They are applying force on each other. So you don't know finally in which direction will be the force, will be the effect of the force. Similarly, in the last one, the person is trying to move the animal towards himself, while the animal is again not allowing the person, that man, to pull him. So here again, we don't know where the effect of force will be. So we come to the point that there are balanced force and unbalanced force in different motions of an object. Let us take an example of a tug of war. Here there are two boys and they are trying to pull the rope. If both the boys apply same force on both the direction, both the parts of the rope, neither the boy who is to the right will win, neither the boy who is to the left will win. They will be struggling. Yes, the size of the force is same on both the sides. Such force is called as balanced force. So in balanced force, the rope will not move. They both will be pulling from both the sides, but the rope will not move. So let's see what are balanced forces. In balanced forces, the object does not move. Okay? A person is still when balanced forces acts on that person or on that object. Let us see a few more examples. On the top, in white shirt, the boy is standing on a skateboard. Yes? He is standing, he can balance himself on the skateboard. Yes? Why? Because balanced forces are balanced on him. He's not falling off in any one direction. He is exerting force on the skateboard, and in return, Earth's gravity is pushing him upwards. So here his forces are balanced. In the image top, which is at the top in the center, the person can stand still on the ground because he's applying force on the ground, and gravity is acting on him from downward direction. So two opposite direction, the forces on both the sides, they are balanced. Then you see the image which is down. The girl is sitting on a chair. So what is she doing when she's sitting? She's applying force on the chair in the downward direction shown with green arrow. With the same amount of force, the gravity is acting from downward on her. It's shown with red arrow. So the girl is not moving. The girl can sit without moving on the chair comfortably. That means balance forces are acting on that girl. If you see in the last image, it's a toy truck. Yes, and there are two fingers from right and left which are trying to push the car from both the directions. So here again, the person from right, the force applied by the finger from the right is equal to the force applied by the finger from the left. So both the forces are again equal. They are equal in size. So here the truck will not move, and thus this force is balanced force. So in balanced force, the person does not move, he is stable. Or the object does not move, the object is stable. Then we come to the point then, what are unbalanced forces? Okay, in unbalanced forces, what will happen is, again force will be applied from both the directions, but then at any one side, force will be more. Okay, let's see the first image. In the first image, the man who is in yellow shirt is pushing. Yes, he's pushing the man with the red shirt. and the person with the red shirt is falling down. Okay, why is he falling off? Because yes, they are struggling for a ball, it seems. Yes, they are playing, but then what happened is unbalanced forces are acting in on both on the person, okay, on the red one. Where the force is more, who is applying more force? The person with yellow shirt is applying force. The greater force is at one side, and the person red with red shirt, he does not have that same force. Yes, so what is happening? There is unbalanced forces acting on both of them. So the person with red shirt falls off. Yes. And then in the second image, you can see that what is happening from one side, the one who is playing with the blue bat, what is happening is the object is speeding up or it's changing direction. So that means the object is moving. The ball will move from one side to the other. Then the person with red bat will again push the ball to the other side. So here again direction is changing because forces are unbalanced from both the sides. So what are unbalanced forces? Unbalanced forces occur when there is a greater force one side and on the other side there is less force. Now, when there are unbalanced forces acting on an object, the object can increase the speed, it can decrease the speed, or it can change direction also. So, an object cannot be stable, a person cannot be stable when there are unbalanced forces acting on him, or if it's an object acting on it. So, let's see the actual distinguish between what is balanced and unbalanced force. Okay, so in balanced force, what happens is forces are acting from the opposite directions, but they are same. So if the force is applied from right and the force is applied from left, both will be equal, then that force is called as balanced force. Okay, and what happens in balanced force? The balanced force does not change the state of rest or motion of an object. That means if an object is stable, if the object is stationary, that means it is not moving. It won't move only when balanced forces are acting on it. It will remain at that same place. Then let's see what is the actual definition for unbalanced force. Unbalanced forces, they also act on the object from the opposite direction, from right, left, or from up and down. But then they are not same on both the sides. Okay, suppose force is applied from right and left, maybe right will be greater than left, or the force on the left will be greater than the right. Yes, so this is an unbalanced force. And when unbalanced force act on an object, what happens? It does not change the state of rest or of motion of an object. That means rest means the object is not moving, it is at one place. So that then it will change the state of rest. It will change, it do change the state of rest. That means the object will start moving. In balance, the object does not move, but in unbalance, the object starts moving. Then we come to the units of force. The units of force is Newton. And as kilogram is written in short form, kilogram is written as kg, Newton is written as capital N. So when you say a force is applied, let's say 10 watt, 10 forces applied on the ball. But then what are the units of force? You have to say newtons. So it is said that a force of 10 Newton is applied on a ball. Okay, so capital N Newton is the unit for force. Thank you.